Chris were so nice and kind and warm that they made me very, very comfortable. So actually when I went out there, I was nervous here and there. Like I would find myself stumbling over words and being like, I don't think I'm nervous, but I also don't usually stumble over words. But you know, it was just such a positive thing. Everybody's so excited to be there. It's kind of no wrong way to do it.
What do you think that last question was trying to say? Like that kid that just couldn't get the question out.
Well,
what do you think because I just couldn't follow it.
Well, I think what it was, I don't know if that was a question. A lot of times people will like show off that they know the show. Yeah. So I think that's what he was doing. It was a version of that, you know, that Chris Farley sketch where like, you know, and then that happened? That was awesome. Yeah. I think it was a version of that, but he was also trying to be like cool and cocky. And in a Deadpool outfit. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what the question was.
Sorry, but I can help you here. Supernatural show has so much, like, takes so much from them. You just try to do that. Oh, I know all the show.
Oh, yeah, he was trying to sort of do that. But I think, I mean, X-Files is, you know, so many shows have been influenced by the X-Files. Supernatural certainly seems to be one of them. So, you know, I think people want to do. Sometimes you want to show off, it's fine. How many times are you going to talk to these guys? Yeah.
Do you think these new episodes are going to be in continuity, if you will, with the previous 9 seasons, especially with that mythology? I mean, I think there's a new light kind of shine on it. It's potentially an hoax this time around, but do you think they're, you know, consciously trying to be accurate with what came before?
I believe so. I don't think they're retconning anything. I think they're doing what they're doing is, it seems to me that they've pared it down some. So they took, you know, it's 9 seasons of a story and things get, you know, there's just a lot of stuff. I think this one did a great job of sort of clearing some of that off and focusing on what's important, which is the conspiracy and aliens, and sort of just focusing on that. And I think it's going to be in, yeah, it is in continuity, but it didn't really, you saw it, right?
I did.
Yeah. What'd you think?
You know, I don't know. I'm tempted to say that, you know, maybe they don't have to worry about half of it or 3/4 of it, you know what I mean?
Because you know the show.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for the most part, yeah. That's always the risk of something coming back, right?
Right.
It's a sequel, or if it's a 7 seasons, you know. So I'm not sure. I hope.
Wait for that question.
Yeah, and I mean, 4 of them are standalone, so you know they don't have to reference.
They don't have to worry about too much. Yeah.
Is there anything you're kind of worried about how they're going to handle at all?
You know, I was worried. To me, the most important thing about the show is the Mulder and Scully relationship. I think that's the show. I think without Mulder and Scully, there is no X-Files. Oh no, have I said something controversial?
No,
I just mean, to me, that's the show, right? Yeah. And so I'd heard that they were sort of split up, and that made sense to me. I just wanted to make sure that going in, it felt like a relationship that had been building for the last 20-some years. And so I was most concerned, are they going to feel like themselves, are they going to sound like themselves, and are they going to feel like themselves with each other? And I really felt like, you know, they really nailed that. It felt like 2 people who've had years and years of experience together, who love each other in some way, but they're slightly on different pages where they want to be, and it sounded like them. And so to me, that was the most important thing, and I thought that this episode really nailed it.
Back in the day, there was the X-Files magazine, the official magazine. There were books. How natural the progression is what you're doing?
Oh, what I'm doing? Doing a podcast and then getting to be on the show? It doesn't feel that natural. It feels kind of crazy. I mean, honestly, I started the podcast last June, and then to be a year later to be here talking about how it was being on the show, I mean, it's truly unbelievable. I mean, it's a dream coming true that I never even dared dream. You know, I was a little kid in Pakistan watching the show, and now to be on it, it's hard for me to still talk about it. It feels kind of crazy. And it feels I feel very, very, very fortunate that they were kind enough to put me in, knowing I was such a huge fan of the show and knowing what it would mean to me. That's why they did it. I mean, they didn't have to. They wrote a part for me because they were like, oh, this guy likes the show. Let's put him in and change his life forever.
What's your role in the show?
I'm in one of the episodes. I'm in episode 3, and I don't think I can say any more than that.
Are you a monster?
I don't think I can say any more than that. It is a Monster of the Week episode. It's like a one-off. It's not a mythology episode. And it is amazing. It's such a good episode. It's written and directed by Darren Morgan, who wrote my favorite episode, Clive Bruckman's Final Repose. So, to work with one of my favorite writers of all time on something that he wrote for me, it just is unbelievable.
What did you find the most challenging though about it?
Not crying on set all the time. I was very, very nervous. Usually. Thank you so much. I've worked and stuff, and I've sort of gotten to the point where I don't get too nervous anymore. But as soon as I found out, and I found out for three months before, and so I didn't watch any X-Files for those 3 months because I wanted it to be like just a normal show, not freak out. And then I worked on the scenes, and I was like, I'll be okay. And then when I landed, the transportation people picked me up, and they handed me a folder, and it had this poster as the cover, but instead of I Want to Believe, it said my name on it. It said X-Files welcome folder, and I freaked out, and I called my wife, and I was like, hey, Emily, you need to talk me down because this random job is becoming the X-Files again. And then there was another moment on set where there's a moment where Scully has a flashlight and a gun, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in this scene. I didn't just talk to David and Gillian, I talked to Mulder and Scully, So it was very, very nerve-wracking for me. But again, David and Gillian were so wonderful that it was easy to squint and pretend that they were just normal people.
What do you think it is about the X-Files that sort of stuck around and kept it around?
Well, I think what really works is that it's not a show. A lot of sci-fi and stuff. Oh, hey.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm not nervous at all. I mean, I think it's Walter Skinner is the character that really is the reason that. Are you getting this?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I think Walter Skinner is the reason that the show has stuck around. It's just such a lovable character, and I think it's that a lot of sci-fi relies on thank you.
I was trying to give you a good shot.
Yeah, no, it's
like
good.
This.
Like big special effects and stuff, and I think this show, first of all, it holds up because it's about the characters and more than anything else, it's about the relationships. And I also think the way they use special effects was very smart in that, these aren't you don't see bad 90s CGI taking you out of the moment. It's very subtle, it's a very quiet show in many ways for a big sci-fi show. And I think a lot of stuff it's talking about, which is, paranoia, government surveillance, all that stuff. I mean, now more than ever is when it's relevant. So I think it's really going to resonate.
Thank you.